Hey, party people, it's a beautiful day for music. It's a wonderful day for sound. Marcus here. Come on and learn this lick with me. On the way in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me. So this whole lick that we're going to do here is dealing with patadas. If you don't know what that is, it's just the idea of having one note and then two notes on the other hand. So right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, or left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. So if you can play that, then you're going to be sort of faring very well here. So it's kind of a little bit of an etude, kind of a study, a little bit of a technical exercise on playing different speeds of patadas. So right from the beginning here, I have 3/8 notes and I have some 16th notes. And the rhythm actually sounds like this: 1 and 2 and a 3 E and a right? Ending on actual beat 4. That sticking that I'm doing there is I start off just alternating a lot of control here from the beginning, being that these are going to feel very slow in relation to the other one. So I have 1 and 2, and then this is where my left hand patada start. 1 and 2, patada, stop. Now, I'm going fairly slow right now. So two things to keep in mind. Thing number one, I really want to work out both of those strokes with my wrist on my right hand, those two little right hands. And then thing number two, even though I don't need to, I'm going to be rebounding these left hands, because eventually when I get faster, that's what I'm going to have to do to keep up with the consistency and the speed of the actual lick. So rebounding left hands, and then secret sauce number two is controlling those two right hands with my wrist. Let's try just those 3 counts. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 1, 2 and ready and go, and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4, 2 and ready and go, and ta da ta pada on, 2 and ready and go, and ta dum dum ta 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 ta. Making sure we're not rushing those 8th notes. And boom boom tom ta 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 ta. Yep, 2 and ready and go, and ta dee ta 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 ta. Cool. Moving on along here. Starting on beat 4, I have this sort of idea that spans from beat 4 into beat 1, right? It's something that, at least from a composition standpoint, starts to help it not seem so square and so boring. When we have rhythms that overlap, go over the bar line, it's like spilling your milk over the table, but in a good way, right? So I have this idea of triplets, and I have the same sort of patada. It's just it's going to happen in this type of feeling. So 4 triplet 1 triplet yeah. 4 triplet 1 triplet and, yeah. 4 triplet 1 triplet and I believe that actually ends on beat 2. Yeah, it ends on beat 2. So starting on the left hand, because we just got done doing this, that's where we're starting, and I have this 4 put it off of the right hand and then left hand. So all together, 4 triplet 4 patada yeah. 4 right left left. Let's just try it without the actual patada, but just doing the big notes. 2 and ready and go, and ba da ka da 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 and go, and da da ka da da. Beautiful wrist turn for me. Ba da ka da da. Nice and even. Da da ka da da. Add those other notes in there. Da 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 da. Yep. Da 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 da. Nice and consistent between those two hands. And what I'm listening for when I say consistent between the two hands, I'm listening to the sound and the color of my left hand patadas. So the two small left hands, so technically the right hand patada. So these, I'm listening to that, and then I'm trying to compare it to what happens with my right hand ta 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 when I actually get to the other side. So that's what I'm really sort of starting to zoom in on. Let's try that a few more times. 2 and ready and go, and da 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 and go, and da 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 and go, and da 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 go, and da 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 da. A little bit faster, and ding bong bing da 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 da. One more time. Da, 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 da. Cool. Let's take that back now and let's add it to the top. So ta, dum, tum, da, 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 ta, da, 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 ta. 2, ready, and ta, dum, tum, da, 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 ta, da, 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 ta. 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4. 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4. 2, ready, and ta, dum, ta, da, 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 ta, da, da, ta, da, da, ta. Ready, and ta, dum, tum, da, 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 ta, da, da, ta, da, da, ta. Ready, and ta, dum, tum, da, 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 ta, da, da, ta, da, da, ta. Moving on along here. So I stopped on beat 2 in the second measure. Right on beat 2, I have an eighth note, right? So 1 and, I am starting out with my left hand. 1 and, going into a shot, making sure, by the way, when I actually play that rim shot, I'm not adding any sort of pressure or any sort of extra squeezing or articulation on my right hand. It just happens to be a normal note that's placed in a certain specific spot that's going to give me a different kind of sound color. I don't need to actually change physically what my hands are doing. I do change geographically where my hands are at, and it happens to make a rim shot sound when I do that. So that's something that I'm really sort of paying attention to. I'm not going to add any squeezing there. Right after that, I go into 1 count of a triplet roll. So ta, da, 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 ta. Let's just take that much. Beat 2 and beat 3. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And boom ta, da, 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 ta. Again. Boom ta, da, 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 ta. Again. Boom ta, da, 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 ta. Again. Boom ta, da, 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 ta. Again. Boom ta, da, 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 ta. Again. Boom ta, da, 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 ta. One more time. Boom ta, da, 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 ta. Cool. And when I'm doing that downbeat of the triplet roll, I want to be very aware for me not to rush into it. A lot of people will have the tendency to rush that very first initiation of the actual roll. Let's add on beat 4, which is basically a paradiddle diddle, right? So paradiddle diddle ta, and it happens to be in the form of a sextuplet, which means it's good for us. It's going to be the same exact speed, at least the sound is going to be the same as that triplet roll that just came before it. So it's going to sound like doom ta, ta. Let's try it. 2 and ready and go. And boom ta, ta. Again. 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 Boom ta, ta. Awesome. Let's back that up now and take it from the top. So ta dum tum ta 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 tum ta ta. Let's take it 2 and ready and go. And ta dum tum ta 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 tum ta. Again, ready and ta dum tum ta 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 tum ta. Again, ready and awesome, awesome. Let's move along here. So in the next count, I have what some people will call a Shirley Murphy. Some people will call these 1, 2, 3s. Basically, it's a patada and then 2 sets of 3s. Some people will call those French rolls. It really just depends. So patada and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Patada 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's take it nice and slow, and it's in the form of a 9let, which means the basic overall sort of pulsing is going to sound like a hemiola triplet or a quarter note triplet. So boom, 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 dum, 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 taka ta 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 ta, bega da ba. Let's try it. Ready and patada again. Taka ta 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 again. Taka ta 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 ta. Bigger da ba. bigger the bigger the bigger the ba. Yep. Bigger the bigger the bigger the ba. Bigger the bigger the bigger the ba. One more time. Bigger the bigger the bigger the ba. The biggest thing there is make sure that you can connect those nice and smooth. There is going to be a little bit of an engagement more so, especially when you get to these threes. Especially when you get to those threes, a lot of engagement here at the front part of that fulcrum here in my left hand. Same thing on my right hand, especially when we get faster. So be very aware of being able to push through those with a nice relaxed shoulder, nice relaxed arms. Let's go back now and add that on to beat 2. So this, dum cha, that business, right? And we'll go this speed. Boom, pop, ba. 2, ready, and. Ba. 2, ready, and. Boom, pop, ba. 2, ready, and. Boom, pop, 2, ready, and. Boom, pop, 2, ready, and. Boom, pop, 2, ready, and. Boom. Awesome, awesome. Let's now move along. So this very last part, I just have a bunch of patadas on the left hand. So I start with that release that's on my right hand, but after that, my left hand is just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I believe it's 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and I end on a shot. 1 and 2 and 3, shot. I just happen to be playing those left hands as patadas, so those are threes. So boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom. Let's take it nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, and 1. Ah, 1, 2, bang, bang, bang. Boom, ba, boom. 1, 2, bang, bang, bang. 1, 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Again, 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. One more time, ready, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, and 1. Bam, cool. Now, right now, you can tell we're just sort of going over the rhythms of the piece. When it's actually time to play it for real, there's going to be a little bit more sauce happening on some of those accents and a little bit less sauce happening on some of the accents. For example, from the beginning, I'm going to take these kind of at a forte. I'm gonna push a little bit more, not only in density of notes, but also in sound when I get to the bagadabom, right? And then it gets even more with those accents on the boom pa before that triplet roll going into the paradiddle diddle. Being that I don't want to have too much of a break in rhythmic integrity between that triplet roll and the paradiddle diddle, I'm not going to try to necessarily play that accent as big as possible, because I do want to have a little bit of contrast between what we just heard here. I just want a little bit of a push at the beginning of the paradiddle diddle. And then when I get to this, bagada that, I'm going to play that maybe like a forte, boom, and I'm gonna give all the sauce here. And then the triple X, hot fire, burn your lungs, bam, on that last one, right? So let's go ahead and go through. We'll do a few playthroughs of this at a few different tempos with those sort of musical comments in mind there. Here it is, 1, 2, bang, bang, bang. Cha, dum, chum, taka, taka, ta, cha, taka, ta, tum, taka, ta, tum, taka, 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 tum. 1, 2, bay, bay, bay. Pakum, tum, taka, taka, ta, tum, taka, ta, bum, taka, ta, tum, taka, 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 boom. 1, 2, ready, and pakum, boom, taka, 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 ta, taka, ta, bum, taka, ta, bum, taka, 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 boom. Once again, it's a beautiful day for music. It's a wonderful day for sound. Hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button on the way out. See you guys.